So we're doing solving inequalities. It means x could be equal to or less than or greater than a number. Same with y. So we can get rid of the 5, yes? We can then get rid of the 2, and we're left with x is greater than or equal to 6. So we can treat it the same as, we can treat this symbol here, the greater than or equal to, the same as a equal sign to solve it. Does that make sense? So we can do the adding and minusing, dividing the same. Except for 2 instances. Alright? So you need to write these down. The first instance is if we are dividing or timesing by a negative number. So write it down and I'll show you what I mean. So if we times or divide by a negative number, we reverse the inequality sign. So if it was negative 2x is less than 4, the less than, when we divide by negative 2, becomes a greater than. Okay, so let's go back to the graphing. So when we graph, there's a few things to remember. The first thing is if x is greater than a constant, you know what I mean by a constant? So x is greater than 3, it's no longer just a dot. It's an open circle and it goes to the right. Okay? So x could be any of the numbers greater than 3. So if it's greater than, it goes to the right. That's the first thing. If it's just greater than, what's the open circle mean? Before you had a closed circle where x equals 3. What could the open circle mean? Because it's greater than, but it doesn't have that line underneath, it's not equal to 3. So it could be 3.01, that's fine, but it can't be exactly 3, because it's greater than 3. Does that make sense?
Without the circle, what would you say?
So open circle, where the 3 is, tells us anything greater than 3 is an x value. If it was greater than or equal to, what would happen to the circle? We fill it in. So now, x is greater than or equal to 3. Or 3 is less than or equal to x. Okay? So because I filled it in, the equal sign is there. So write yourself a note. Equal sign means what? What type of circle? Closed or coloured in circle. So equal sign gives us a coloured in circle. No equal sign means open circle. We need to figure out, is it the open or closed circle? Hands up for open, hands up for closed. Yep, so because it's an equal sign, it's a closed circle. All right. Then we do what? Is it going to the right or to the left? So it's greater than, so we go to the right. All these numbers would equal x. Open circle just above the 1, very good. Very good. We're getting the hang of it now? You want a more tricky question? Closed circle on -2, open on -3, and then you join them together. So x could be -2 and it could be any of the numbers in between that, but it cannot be 3. So let's look at this one first. We draw an open circle, and then less than means what? To the left. All right, what about this one here? What do we do? Someone else. Yep, and then we go to the right because it's greater than 4. And that's it. So x could be anything less than -3 or anything greater than 4. So we're going to take 4 from both sides. So -4 from both sides. What are we left with on the left side? And the right side? 8. Okay? Is x by itself yet? So we need to do one more thing. Divide by 2. Yep. Open to the right. So we're going to take 2 on both sides. So what are we left with on the left side? Negative x over 5. Yep. And on the right side, 7 minus 2 is 5. Yep. All right, and now we have negative x over 5. Any thoughts what to do? So we could times both sides by 5. I'm going to do like an extra step. Times both sides by a different type of 5, a negative 5. The negative and the 5, so what's left over on the left side? On the left side. Just x. We've times by a negative number, so what switches it? What does it become? A greater than or equal to? And 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. Coloured in one. And what direction? To the right. Because it is greater than the number. Collect like terms. So we're going to -7 to both sides. And what else are we going to minus to both sides? Negative 5x to both sides. So 2x, those cancel out, those cancel out. 2x minus 5x is negative 3x greater than negative 9. Opposite, divide. So we're dividing by negative 3. We're dividing by a negative number. So what's going to happen to this? So we're left with x is greater than, is less than 3. X is less than 3. That's all. So there's a few different examples. I hope that was helpful.